Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Over the past couple of days, we've seen several different updates go live in Warzone and Vanguard, and actually even Cold War. More on that towards the end of the video. But alongside these updates, per usual, I guess, we also saw several issues arise as well. We had problems with Iron Trials on Rebirth. We had issues in Vanguard Royale with the new updated rule set there. We also had issues with the brand new Vargo 52 DLC weapon from Cold War. Today, though, we got several updates from Raven over the past day or so, I should say. We got several updates from Raven on a handful of these problems, and also an update on some future content as well. As we break down everything today, if you enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. Would be seriously appreciated. And of course, if you're new to the channel or if you have not already subscribed, each and every day I got you covered with all things going on in COD. News, updates, loadouts, tips, you're gonna find it all right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. Also, just a heads up, Gamer Advantage just restocked the Horizons, which are by far my favorite frame on the site. Super lightweight, super comfortable. They come in a bunch of different colorways, and they offer a couple of different lens options as well. If you want to grab a pair for yourself or anything else on the site, Code WARZONE has you covered. Link will be down in the description below. So prior to yesterday, the Trello board was looking pretty empty. Pretty much the only thing that we had on it was the whole issue relating to all the Vanguard weapon perks being transferred to other Vanguard weapons that they shouldn't be on, or to Cold War and Modern Warfare weapons, giving them the opportunity to have 6 attachments. Now, this is still a huge issue. You can absolutely break some guns, you know, throwing tight grip on a C58, throwing gung ho onto the Vanguard PPSH hipfire build. Those make guns ridiculously overpowered, and it's definitely an issue. Unfortunately, as of right now, as I'm recording this video, no fixes in sight for that. I've seen a lot of players and other creators even talking about how this has probably been an issue for several months. No one just figured out how to do it. I'm not even sure how people figured out how to do it in the first place, but that is still an issue, and that was the lone issue on the Trello board. It was like, hey, maybe we're finally seeing some progress. Yeah, no, after the updates this week, we got several new things appearing on the Trello board relating to all sorts of different bugs. So first, let's look at the issues with Rebirth Island, because this was actually updated late last night. We got a slight mini update that ended up fixing this, but as we know, earlier on this week, we got the debut of Iron Trials on Rebirth Island. And this was already, people are sort of like curious if this was going to play well or not. It seems like there's sort of a mixed reception so far. Obviously, it's not resurgence, so if you get taken out, you're going to the gulag. You got to win that to come back. So the lobbies definitely do die off a little bit, and players do play a little bit slower because of that, you know, increased risk there and not being able to come back. But there was a major issue with this mode where any of the Vanguard marksman rifles like the SVT, the M1 Grand, they were doing one-shot headshot damage within 30 meters. Snipers are supposed to be able to do that for Iron Trials, specifically past 30 meters, their damage is reduced, but within 30 meters, you can still one-shot headshot on that max 400 health, right? For whatever reason, the marksman rifles from Vanguard got that same damage profile, so you were able to one-shot or two-shot enemies all across Rebirth, which was incredibly broken. It's like we were throwing it back to the DMR meta, if you remember that back from the Cold War integration. But last night, Raven did actually put out a little mini update, and they fixed this, thank goodness, because that was basically ruining Rebirth as it was, because they were just so dominant and so powerful. You got to think how many different fights on Rebirth are within 30 meters. If you're running into, you know, prison block, if you're running into control or chemical, or really any building, that's all within 30 meters. You hit one headshot, you win the gunfight. Very broken. I'm glad they were able to get a quick fix out for that. Quick fix, because it's a perk. Anyway, yeah, that was updated. We still do have several other issues on the Trello board that have not been updated. They have one Caldera specific issue here listed. The fighter planes and the bomber planes have actually been disabled in Vanguard Royale because there's an issue where they go in and they crash the game for a lot of players. I think it was if a bomber plane ended up crashing into the ground at any point during the match, it had the potential to crash a bunch of players' games or time them all out. That's why if you've been playing Vanguard Royale, you'll notice that at certain stages in the game, the kill feed is just filled up with Little Timmy timed out, XX Quickscope timed out, a bunch of different players timed out. That's the game force crashing them because there was an issue with the planes basically being taken out. So they had completely disabled those for the time being. If you're not a fan of the planes, you know, destroying buy stations, destroying loadouts, or, you know, constantly attacking you from the sky, honestly might be a pretty good time to jump into Vanguard Royale now. There is that increased TTK active right now where they have the extra 50 health, and honestly, from what I've been playing of it, it's a ton of fun. I really like the gunfights in this. They just feel a lot more smooth. You have time to react, and they just flow a lot better in my opinion. Gameplay's a little bit slower in certain cases because just how the loadouts work. They come in really early and you can't buy it you know, right away like you could over in regular BR, but honestly, if you, like I said, if you're not a fan of the planes, now is a pretty solid time to jump into Vanguard Royale. Then as far as the global issues go, we got 2 new ones here in addition to the whole Vanguard perk attachment glitch. The first one is Ascenders. Players may notice an issue when they may get stuck when attempting to use an Ascenders, so there is that risk now. If you're, running around peak and you're trying to get up and down between the various different levels there, you can actually end up getting stuck on one of those Ascenders. Same deal in the cave or anywhere else on the map where they're at. There is a pretty big issue there. Also, the Ascenders and all the redeploy balloons now shove you into the ground before you ascend up. I'm not sure if they're aware of that or if that's possibly referencing what's going on here a little bit, but that's an issue as well. It's not directly mentioned on the Trello board. Just in case anyone from Raven or Call of Duty or Activision's watching this, you might want to check in on that. Then the last new issue on the Trello board has to do with the brand new Vargo 52 blueprint, the Ferro Fluid. Players will notice they cannot equip this blueprint in game. I made this mistake yesterday of, I unlocked the Vargo 2 weeks ago and it was glitched, but then they reset my progress. I didn't really want to spend 2 hours trying to re-unlock it for a video for you guys. So I went ahead, I bought the blueprint, jumped into a game, and lo and behold, the blueprint does not even show up. So for the time being, right as this video is going live, do not buy that bundle. For what it's worth, that blueprint is good. I still wouldn't recommend buying bundles in general. Honestly, they're kind of a ripoff with their prices, but it is completely broken. You cannot use that blueprint in game whatsoever right now. It is going to get fixed, so you'll be able to use it at some point in the future, but for the time being, the only way to actually get the Vargo 52 in game is to go through and complete that challenge in multiplayer, in zombies, in Warzone, whatever else. So just take that into consideration. If you're wanting to use the Vargo, which is a pretty solid gun, you do have to go in and complete the challenge until this blueprint issue is fixed. Now, speaking of Cold War content being broken, it appears we had a similar situation over in Cold War yesterday. Obviously, as we know, yesterday was supposed to be the first major content update for Cold War Year 2, and only half the content made it into the game. The Vargo 52 was updated into Cold War and Warzone, obviously. However, WMD was supposed to return as a remastered map yesterday as well, and that did not happen. Treyarch ended up tweeting out yesterday afternoon saying the Vargo 52 rifle is now available to unlock in MP and zombies, and also available as a reactive mastercraft. Don't buy that. We'll need to delay the release of the WMD map until a future update. Thanks for your patience and stay tuned for more info. So they don't give a reason as to why, but WMD is currently not in Cold War. They say a future update will add it into the game, but we have no idea when that future update's going to be. It could be next week with a playlist update. It could be further on down the road when we get another new content update. As we know, there's going to be more year 2 content for Cold War. Yesterday's blog post said this is the first year 2 content update, so that's sort of an indicator that we're getting more. But also, we know we're going to get other future content based off of Treyarch saying, one, future operators are going to be coming. There's more operators to the whole lineup that are going to be debuting. I'm pretty sure a Ravenov bundle was leaked a little while ago, so he's likely going to be debuting. Then we also have Jungle coming as a brand new map that's been found in the game files right alongside WMD. So we know we're going to see more content updates at some point in the future. WMD will be included in those updates, but we have no idea when they're going to happen. But yeah, with all of that being said, that is what changed in the little mini update, fixing the whole one-shot headshot issue with Rebirth Island. So if you're trying to run Iron Trials, it should be more bearable and more playable now. Then also the new issues and content delays we got going on between Cold War and Warzone. That's going to wrap things up for today. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new to the channel or if you have not already subscribed, every day I got you covered with all things going on in COD. News, updates, loadouts, tips, you're going to find it all right here. So feel free to subscribe and turn on those post notifications. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code WhosImmortal for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. And the links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.